Good morning, students. Good morning. And how are you this morning?
Fine.
Alright, this morning we want to look at database management system. Can somebody tell me what they think a database is? What do you think a database is? Yes, go ahead.
A database is an organized collection of related data.
Okay, very good. The objectives of this lesson that you should be able to define the terms relating to a database, explain the difference between a manual and a computerized database, launch Microsoft Access and create a database file, follow the steps in the handout to create the structure of a table in the design view, and input records in the datasheet view. Alright. As somebody would have correctly said, a database is an organized collection of related data, and it can be used to store information on students in a school. For example, at our school we have a database system, a manual database system, whereby we're going to store information on students. What kind of information will we store on students? What kind of information would we like to store? Yes, Margaret.
Personal information.
Personal information. What is personal information?
Information of like your age, your name, your sex, and like
Very good. So personal information is information pertaining to the person. Like your name, your age, your sex. Personal information, and what other information will we store on you?
academical information.
Academic information, so where you perform in math, science, so on and so forth. Okay? What other institution would use a database? Yes, Rishmi? A hospital. And what kind of records would they be stored in a hospital?
Medical records, personal records.
Medical records about the patients, the personal records and the person's name. What else? Well, can somebody give me another example of an institution who uses a database?
A police station.
A police station. Jill, and tell me what kind of information would be stored in the police station?
Personal records. Personal records.
Personal records.
Criminal records.
Criminal records, and so on. If you have been following carefully, you realize every database will store personal records, right? So we need to know what the personal records will be across the board in every institution database, okay? There are two types of database, a manual database and a computerized database. A manual database is like a filing cabinet where you keep all the information on a particular subject. For example, here we have a filing cabinet. I will store information, for example, in the first job we're going to store information on students' personal records. The next one we're going to store information on students' financial records or medical records in the third drawer, and so on and so forth. Just thinking about the manual filing database or the filing cabinet, what are some of the problems that people will encounter with this database system? Yes, Abia?
Limited space.
Limited space. And can you explain a bit further?
Well, as time goes on, there would be a build-up of files, and eventually the filing cabinet will be filled.
Alright, so as time goes on, you have a build-up of files, so that will take up a lot of space, limited space. What are another problem with the encounter with the filing system here? Yes, Jill?
You can have like if electrical fire was to take place.
Okay, fire, you can have natural disasters. Something else? Any other problem? Test. Okay. Let us continue. Some of the problems you face with the manual database system are as follows. Finding records can be time consuming. Just imagine, you're looking for a file there on a particular child, and you will have to go through all the files in the first drawer, because in that first drawer we have personal records on every student. You have to go through find that child file, that entire filing cabinet, okay? So you're going to take up a lot of time. Files and folders can be easily misplaced, if not filed properly. So we can easily misplace files in the filing cabinet. For example, somebody distracts you, and instead of putting the file in the drawer number 1, you can put it in the drawer number 2, okay? This database requires a large amount of physical space. Cross-referencing information between files can be difficult. So if you want to compare information between two files, we have to get one from drawer 1 and compare with drawer 2. It can be difficult to reference this information. Okay?
Yes, yes.
Now we're going to look at the computerized database system. Okay, computerized database allows you to create and manage a database more efficiently and effectively than a manual database. It allows you to summarize the data, select the data, and answer questions for specific information. So with the computerized system, you'll be able to manage your files more effectively. You can compare, you can get summaries, you can ask questions, so you can query. If you have a question you want to find out, for example, all the students doing math, you can just run a query and find out a list of the students doing math with the computerized database system. Whereas in the manual system, you'll have to go get the file for every child and see if that child is doing math or not. Okay? We're going to look at some of the advantages now of the computerized system. Information can be accessed quickly and easily with little probability of it being lost. Related files can be linked together. Information need not be duplicated. It is easy to update or change records within and the structures in the computerized database. Okay? Now, I want you to launch Microsoft Access. I'm just going to go through, before you launch it, I'm going to go through what it is and how we go about launching it. Okay? Okay, Microsoft Access is one of the programs that allows you to create a computerized database system. To launch Microsoft Access, you would start by clicking on the icon on the desktop, or you can go to the Start Program menu and launch it. Okay, it is already open. We're going to go through from here. To create, I want everybody to focus over here, please. To create a database, we will normally choose a new database. We're going to click on creating a blank database. So we're going to click on this icon, alright, if you want to create a new database. When you click on the icon, you will notice it's asking you to create the file. So we're going to create, and that database will be called database 2. After we create it, it will open up in this window. And it's basically a table, since database is practically a table where you're going to store records. Okay? With the table you can, there are two views that allow you to input information. The first one is the design view. In this view, you'll be able to structure the table. So you're going to put in your headings there. So for example, if you want to create a table, you're going to put in whatever item you want to have here. A copy of the handout. Everyone have a copy? Yes. Alright, on this handout, the steps are outlined for you to create a database that you already created. You're going to now create the structure of a table for 2 roommates and input the records for these 2 persons by just following. Okay. We have a few more minutes, so we're going to wrap up now so that we can finish with everything. Good. Alright, let us review what was covered in the lesson. So can somebody define for me what is the database? What is the database? Yes, Troy.
This database is an organized collection of related information.
Alright, and what are some of the institutions that will use a database? Hospitals, schools, police station. What are the 2 types of database class? Manual and the computerized database. What is the difference between the manual and the computerized database? Yes, Abia?
One is more efficient, that is the computerized database, and the other is
Back in the Stone Age.
Alright. So for your homework, if you look on your sheet, you're going to see table 2. I want you to complete table 2. Okay? And we're going to continue next class. Thank you.